Hi there, I'm Ben, and welcome to part 12 of my full platinum walkthrough for Alan Wake Remastered. Right, so this is the final episode and the final video that I'll be doing for playthrough 1. So you should have just a few trophies left by the end of this one. All collectibles, apart from the Nightmare collectibles, will be finished by the end of this video, which... There's a trophy we need to get in this one. It's called Gunless Wonder, and basically... we need to not use a gun for a portion of this episode. To be more specific, the first 34 minutes of this video. So, yeah, you can use your gun for the last 3 minutes. Basically, do not use a gun throughout the whole of this episode until the very, very end once you've got the trophy Gunless Wonder. Yeah, this is why we're doing it on easy. It's not too bad, but it's more... sort of instinct to use a gun now, isn't it? So not using one is going to be a bit tricky to start with. Right, so from the very start of this episode here, walk to the TV and turn that TV on using the remote, and that is the final TV show of the game, so you should get the trophy there as well. So that's that one done. And when you walk into the kitchen here, there's going to be a cutscene. Eventually there will be a cutscene will kick in. And, yeah, you'll end up here. That took a minute. Here, in the daytime. So after the cutscene in the kitchen, next time you gain control is here. So grab the Thermos there. And we'll get on with this. So it is daytime. No enemies about, which is good. And again, from now on, do not fire a gun. The only thing you can use are flares and flashbangs. So R1 or right bumper would be, isn't it, on Xbox? Whatever it is, that one. Keep your hands away from R2. It's very, very difficult to start with. You might, I don't know, because you aim with L2. You're still going to have to use your torch using L2. That's fine, you can still do that. But it's instinct to try and press R2 as well. So try your best. We're going to have to try and get through this. Of course, if you do fail that and you do fire your gun, I haven't tried it, but you can try restarting checkpoint, see if that clears the gunfire. If not, you're going to have to replay the whole episode again, unfortunately. It can be done fairly quickly. So the next thing we're getting is this sign. So just drive down the road until you get to this next kind of vista point here. And, yeah, the Majestic Motel sign. Interact with that. So it's not going to stay day for too long, or actually very quickly it's going to turn to night in a moment. But yeah, we're just going to get a few things. There's a cabin here on the left which has a rifle in it, which is completely useless to us because we can't fire a weapon. And even when you can, for those final 3 minutes or whatever it is, we won't be using one. So yeah, it's completely useless. Weapons are completely useless for the rest of the game, essentially. But we'll still be picking them up. So next we're going to get this supply chest. And of course, there's weapons in here. Most importantly, flashbangs, because we can still use those. Try and save your flashbangs for the end of the episode or the final sort of fights. Because we're going to be skipping a lot. Obviously, we don't want to get into fights. We're going to be skipping a lot. So flares are going to be what we use for the most part. And then at the end, we're going to use the flashbangs. So flares just allow us to skip areas, which is what we're going to be doing. And just run through as quickly as possible. So get back onto the road, hopefully more gracefully than that. And then you're looking for a barn on the left-hand side. You can cut through the trees here. And look out for the Thermos by this crate. And that is the last daytime collectible. Okay, so yeah, we're getting close now. Getting close. Manuscripts and everything are all going to be done. You should just have, depending on what difficulty you're playing on now, by the end of this, you should have both the normal and Nightmare trophies left, and the Manuscript, Nightmare Manuscript trophy, and that should be it. Everything else you should have. Right, so you have to leave the car here, and then you're going to want to have your flashbangs ready. Because it's about to turn to night time and there's going to be 3 ahead of you right away. So group them a bit, make sure they're all together. You just want to be using one flashbang, you don't want to be chucking loads out. You can avoid them by dodging. It's a bit more difficult, and then run up to the car up here, turn the car around and use the headlights of the car to get rid of them. But a flashbang's just easy enough. So yeah, because what we want to do is grab this manuscript, obviously, on the way. If you're being chased, it's not so easy. Right, onwards. So we're going to go to that motel that we saw the sign for earlier on. That's going to be our next stop. So yeah, don't stop for anything if you don't have to. Because there's going to be taken everywhere. You're going to see them just sort of appearing. So don't stop unless I do. There we go, they start spawning in now. There are final 2 tin can pyramids, but we can't fire a weapon, so we're just going to ignore them. We had 10 already, you only needed 5, you're more than enough. So get out here at the motel, the Majestic Motel, and into the main entrance. And then look for this door on the right hand side, and just tucked right away in the corner next to the toilet is coffee thermos number 92. And then leave, and then there's going to be a sign here as well. So 23, so signs are nearly done now. Go to the stats, have a quick look. There we go, 23, excellent. You can read this book. Yeah, we don't need the ammo here, obviously. Have a look for flares and flashbangs everywhere as well, because you will need a lot of them. You do get given a lot of them, but I am looking around. Yeah, I just went round to check. Yeah, there was actually a box up there. I thought I saw one when I was running past, but unfortunately it doesn't have anything of use inside of it, unless you count batteries useful. You'll have more than enough batteries as well. Right, onwards. You see the next thing I get is the trophy Energized, which is for changing batteries 100 times. I'm currently on 99, so I'll just be using that once shortly. You're getting that 100. You'll be using the torch a lot during this episode. Well, you find that you will. So yeah, push your way through and get to the light and just get out of the car. It should checkpoint just after the light. The light weirdly doesn't checkpoint, as all lights have done. It should checkpoint about, yeah, here. And the next thing we're dealing with here are lots and lots of poltergeists. So pick the flares up. They're going to come in handy later. Try and do this without using any flares. These are all going to come to life. There's 3 here, I believe. So yeah, 1, 2, and then 3. Again, with poltergeists, always try and hide behind something, because they'll bounce off if possible. And the tyre and the drum are going to come to life on this side. The rest you can ignore, it just kind of flies around. This floor in here is supposed to stay where it is. I'm pretty sure this one usually stays there, so it's a bit precarious. It almost falls off all over the place. Anyway, the other side, the fridge is coming to life, so get rid of that. Wait till these stop, and then you've got a tyre and the drum here again. And then on the other side, the fridge and the tyre. Nope, not a battery. So there, I've changed the battery. That's number 100. Tyres, 2 tyres and the drum here. And then round the side, we've got a truck full of things that are going to come to life. So there, up there, the fridge and the 2 drums. Of course, you can just use the car as protection. Yeah, get rid of it. So this is kind of a boss fight coming up now. It's a crane. It can kill you very quickly, even on easy. So you need to dodge out of the way of it. Just aim your torch towards it. I actually throw a flashbang. It does get rid of it quicker, but I wasn't supposed to. I don't know, I was overthinking things, so I needed to dodge, and I didn't dodge, I just walked and threw a flashbang. Obviously it gets rid of it very quickly, but if you can get rid of it using the torch and dodge out of the way when it lines up with you, instead of throwing a flashbang, that was a mistake on my part. Switching to flares now, I'm thinking, I don't want to use any more of these flashbangs, I need to save them. Right, carrying on, get in the car. There's going to be lots of taken spawning now. And there's also going to be a monster truck, of all things. So you can try and avoid it. You can see it just coming in the distance there. You can try and avoid it using this, and then maybe the ship, which is just casually parked in the field. It's more than likely going to hit you. But what you're trying to get to is this barn up here. I'm trying to get out now. I'm holding the button to get out the car, and Alan's decided he's going to get out this side. I don't know why. The door was clear on the driver's side. Anyway, if he does get stuck like that, just get rid of the truck so it doesn't follow you later. There, get rid of it. Now there's going to be a few taken around. Just run in here and get the checkpoint on the light. Safe haven, there we go. And we're just going to venture out and get a coffee thermos before driving off again. Bit of a dangerous one, so have a flare ready. Not the flare gun, though. Just a casual, regular red flare. And run for these stairs. You will get surrounded. So just pop a flare and run back to the same barn. Slowly, very, very slowly. There we go. I don't know what, I think that was a hammer that time. Right, so now it's time to leave this area. I just drive off. We're done here. And it's a fairly casual drive. Weirdly, you can see on my camera, I'm going up and down there. It doesn't invert the camera controls for driving, which is odd. So it takes a minute to adjust. Right, across this bridge, you're going to the road's going to start crumbling. Just go for it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And you should be able to make it up to the barricade where the bus is there now. Obviously, avoid the bus. But there's going to be some spools of cable. That thing completely wiped the car out. I have no idea what that was or where it came from. But usually that doesn't happen. You should be able to make it up to this barrier where the light is, using the car. But that thing just completely wiped that truck out then. There are little spots of, you're going to start noticing that, the little black spots on the road as well. Not necessarily at this point, but it will be happening a lot later on. So run up here, grab the flare most importantly. I don't like carrying the shotgun around when I'm running. It just, doesn't make you slower, it just seems like it makes you slower. Weirdly. Anyway, right, you can see them all over the floor now. And this is kind of death tunnel. This, you're going to have to run for it. So don't use your energy up yet. Wait till they come in. So just casually walk up. There's going to be a guy here. Try and avoid him first. And then run onto the right hand side of this red truck. Ignore the flare. Don't try and pick it up. But pop one though, because you're going to be surrounded. And then there's going to be a bunch more going to appear. Pop another one and just run for the light. Yeah, don't chance that. There's a lot of enemies in there and you can't kill them. Don't use flashbangs, save them. Just run through and then run back and get the manuscript page once all is clear. And that's kind of it for the road now. We're done with the road. That was a long old trek, but we're there. We need to go into the junkyard, scrapyard next. So plough straight through these barriers. Obviously don't hit the concrete ones though. And then you're looking for the manuscript on this truck. Number 88. Sarah and Barry in the well-lit room. While I'm out here running around. So now we're going to head back because we actually needed to go up to the right. And then stop at the gate here, and you can just, there's loads of signs here, but the one we can actually read is really hard to spot. It's on this gate here. So read that, and that's going to be number 24. And there's just going to be one more, which is going to be at the top of the hill in a moment. So again, this is a very dangerous area again. We're just going to try and get through here as quickly as possible. So when you get up to the building, get out. Make sure you don't block the path of that blue truck. We're going to be using it. And run down the left side. Now you are going to get ambushed as soon as you start opening this chest. So start open it and then just start picking everything up quickly. And then pop a flare. And then if there's anything left, just grab it. Flare for flare, why not? And then just make your way back. Oops. Back to the truck and the light. He does get hit. It is funny the way he gets hit, I must admit. Right, have a little breather, and then we're going to go inside the building in a moment. So you do want a flashbang for this part, and read this sign here on the door. This is the final sign of the game. So you should get the trophy there, Bright Falls Aficionado. And then you're going to want to go into this back room. Let them kind of come towards you. Make sure they're both going to get hit by this flashbang. And then search around, and you should see a thermos on the left hand here, on this one here. Then we're going to head upstairs. There's going to be a little bit of an ambush. Switch back to flares. Don't need flashbangs for this bit. He usually won't be on the stairs. He'll be a bit further back, but unfortunately he was on the stairs, so I got kind of stuck on him. And then just make a run for the truck. And that's where we're going to be. We're going to be leaving in this. Now for the kind of tricky... I don't know what hit me then. So, oh, it was a person. I didn't even see him. The trickiest collectible-ish. It's not tricky. It's just the most... you really have to run there and back for this one. Do not stop. So run, 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 run. Get out the truck before the ramp. Run, 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 run. Up the wall. Grab the thermos and quickly run back. Quickly, they're coming. Quick. I managed to get through without popping a flare, which is good. If you need to, it doesn't matter. Just don't pop too many of them. You still are going to need quite a few later on. And then just go drive straight over and carry on. Yeah, a bit of a horribly placed collectible, that one. And then crash into here. And you're safe. So manuscript number 89 is here on the cooker, along with a load of other stuff. So grab that. Just 2 more to go. From this playthrough anyway. And then we're going to open up the path to carry on. So it is actually quite quick, this episode, compared to the previous ones anyway. It's obviously a lot easier when you're able to use guns. Flare there, make sure you get that. 10 flares. Good, we're going to need them. Ignore the truck, we're not going to need that. But that is going to come to life in a moment, not that. So I'm kind of pacing back, and I'm going to run back to where the truck was. Or is. And then just hide behind this block and take care of this bulldozer. It's kind of stuck over here, so that's good. And then we'll carry on. Which is by hitting this switch. Now you could probably make it round here and get rid of the bulldozer by hiding. It probably can't hit you, but you never know. Just get rid of it anyway. And then we've got to wait. Nobody else seems to appear, which is good. And invisible wall. Alan Wake banging his head on something that's not really there. And then into the truck. So this is going to be the final driving. Yeah, this is the final bit of driving now. Just going to get to the top of the hill where that light is. And now's where the real kind of action starts. It's non-stop really from now on. There's going to be lots of running, popping flares, and just keep on running. It's not too difficult. It really isn't. It's just you kind of need to know where to go Be as efficient as possible. We'll be using pretty much the same tactic when we do the Nightmare playthrough, to be honest. So go into this side building, get this chest. We're nearly done with those as well now. Don't need that. I thought it was a proper flare, but it is not. Right, so this section is actually a really big fight that you're supposed to do, you know, with a big torch in the middle again that you can use. Loads of chainsaw guys and everything. But you can actually skip it entirely, which is excellent. And when you push this, so we're going to have to push these cars. You can actually stop. I'm pushing this far further than I need to. You can actually stop by pressing circle. You don't have to push it all the way to the end, and that's going to come in most important in a moment. So there's a few more flashbangs here, and then we're going to have to make a mad dash for it now. So you're going to want flares, not flashbangs for this bit. And a smaller gun because it makes me think I run faster. So look for the building with the sign on the right hand side. Inside of here, you're going to see it in a moment, is our Thermos. There it is. I'm going to quickly run in here as things are starting to happen. Grab the Thermos, ignore everything else really, and just run. Run through here towards the light. There's going to be enemies spawning behind you, don't worry about it. Just run all the way up to this building and then pop a flare and interact with this. Just press it once, just press circle once. If Alan doesn't straight away crouch down and start pushing, he will do. If you press it again, if you press circle, I can stop now by the way. If you press circle again, he'll cancel the one you just did. It's a bit weird, you're going to see it happen in a moment. Anyway, once you're in here, you're not safe yet, but grab that manuscript, then pop another one. You can see I'm kind of wrestling with it here. If you press circle too many times, he's just going to cancel the previous action. So just press it once and wait for him to start doing it, and then keep tapping X, and you're through. All done. And that's quite a big fight if you stay and try and do it. There's lots of chainsaw guys and all sorts. Just skip it, to be honest. You can't do anything anyway. Grab whatever's in here. Nothing really of interest, to be honest. Here's a bit of a horrible gameplay design thing. You got to jump in this, but you can't jump in it there. You have to sort of stand back and jump in. It's a bit weird. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, I don't know. But you can't sort of climb into it. There's going to be birds, obviously. You can see them all crowding. Murders of crows. Let them get a bit closer. Try and get them first time. There we go. So yeah, we have killed a lot of crows, haven't we? Probably up close to 2,000 now. I should have checked. But yeah, we did get them out of the way early. Might as well. Yeah, jump out there quickly because it is going to fall away. And then we're going to get the penultimate supply chest, which is going to be through this train car or round the other side. It doesn't really matter which way you go. To loop down to the same place. Flashbangs, that's what we want to see. So yeah, if you go either way, it's a big loop. And we'll go back up, we'll get the checkpoint now. Dying doesn't matter, by the way. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. If you do die, it doesn't matter. It doesn't cancel the trophy. Just don't fire the gun. Those will spawn behind you and then you're free to go for it. There is a jump you'll have to do here. Don't just kind of walk off the edge. Yeah, jump across. There we go. Right, yeah, you should get some more birds from the left. Come out the cave there, the mine. Let them cycle back round, circle back round. There we go. Come on, there. Right. Now, you're going to see me sort of looking around. The noise was happening as if birds were coming, but I couldn't see any of them. I can't see them. I don't know where they're supposed to be. Anyway, Thermos here, so make sure you grab that. And now we're going to run for it. So this is where things get a bit, not tricky, but yeah, you're just going to have to know where you need to go, because you're going to be trying to skip most of this now. There is some of the black stuff on the floor, so watch out for that as well. Now we're just going to kind of run for it. So this first bit, you want to go into that building dead ahead. So I'm just going to try and skip around this guy. Managed to dodge his knife, but he walked backwards, which was annoying. So I'm going to pop a flare and get into this building. All I've got to do is get in here. There's no more flare. I thought there were some flares. There's nothing in here, so don't worry. And then out the other side in a moment. Nope, batteries is all there is useful in there. No one's going to come just yet. Unfortunately, this is all revolver stuff. Don't need that really. Or at all, should I say. Right, here's where things get a bit samey as well. So it can get a bit confusing. Because you're going to pop a flare to disorientate the enemies, but you'll also disorientate yourself. So stay to the left here. You're going to see something drop from the sky. And then if you pop a flare, there's going to be a guy directly in front of you here. And then push him back and go on to the left-hand side. See, I'm getting turned around myself. It's left here. Left, 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 left. Yes, directly behind where the truck dropped. And then pop another flare if you need to. Just keep them off you. Run for this shack. You can see there's a generator. So pop one more while you're doing this. And that's going to get you the checkpoint. Definitely worth doing. Flare here as well, which is good. And now we'll carry on up the hill. So another thing, I think it's a ship or something. What drops here? Oh, I don't know what that is actually. A thing drops. So yeah, just keep popping them and running. And you want to look for this train car here. They are going to be chasing you this whole time. They're not going to stop. Get into the train car. Get the thermos. And get out as quickly as possible. They do appear in front of me, so I have to go out the side door again. And then just keep running straight forward. Pop some more. So yeah, you can see it completely disorientates you when you do it. Off to the left again. And then stick, as you're going up the hill, stick to kind of the right hand side. You can see the crane there is going to start dropping stuff. There, so stick to the right as you're going up here. I'm dodging. There's a generator up here. So once you get to the top, just pop another one so you're able to turn this thing on. Yeah, it rolls down the hill as I do it, so I don't actually get the... See, he manages to get past now. So yeah, it rolled down the hill as I was doing it, unfortunately. So you need to just quickly get these done. He's just about to hit me again, but I managed to get him, which is good. Right, just a final push now. There is a chance what that enemy that I just obliterated. Stick to the right again. There's going to be a big train carriage rolling down the hill. That guy might still be following you at this point. There is a chance one will sneak through that light. If he is, then just keep popping flares, because we are nearly done. We are nearly there. Just try and save your flashbangs. And then once you're on these stairs, you're good. Right, you're safe now. Whew. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough one, that one. Not being able to use a gun. Right, in here, we're going to get a trophy now. Every nook and cranny. That is the final supply chest of the game. Still can't use a weapon, though. Oh, it's still restricted. Yeah, it's not that way. It's left. No, left. Oh, you're going to realise in a moment. There you go. And then upstairs. When you drop down here, go to the left. And behind this building, there's going to be Thermos 99. Just one more left after this. Right, this is the... So I'm switching to flashbangs now. This is the final sort of confrontation. It doesn't happen straight. It doesn't happen until you turn the generator on. So get everything you can find. More flashbangs. More than enough now. But you're going to just be chucking them. Just throwing them to try and get rid of all the enemies. You need to get to that green switch there and hit that to bring the lift down. You have to kind of wait it out. So just keep chucking flashbangs. Whenever there's an enemy next to you, throw one. Because there's going to be quite a few of the chainsaw guys. See, that was a chainsaw guy that got me from behind. Nearly killed me in one hit. And this is on easy. They don't die from just one. So you'll have to keep chucking them around. And be aware that there will still potentially be smaller enemies. Just as I turn here to have a look, that's when he decides to appear. There, so I think we're clear now at this point. Whatever, if we're not, just run for the lift as soon as it opens and you interact with it. And then you're safe. You're done. Just one more little bit to do. Which is kind of 50-50 whether enemies will spawn or not. It didn't the first time I did this, but it does this time. And when this opens up, here's Manuscript number 91. So that is all of the ones from the first playthrough. Just the nightmare ones left. Right, we're almost there. Still can't use a gun. Still don't use a gun. And then we need to get rid of all these things blocking our way. So yeah, enemies might spawn here. You can use flares and flashbangs to hurry this process up if you want to. But if you sort of aim in the middle here, you can get the kind of the triple. You have to chuck a flashbang here. And then just quickly, just use everything you've got. Obviously not flare gun though. Everything you've got, batteries, everything, just to get through this thing. That was weird. That was guy just despawns. And then yeah, we're nearly there now. Some of these rocks can hurt you, that's why I'm avoiding them. This one you'll need to shine your light at. Don't walk into it or try and jump it, you can't. Nearly there. The trophy should pop any time. Well, not any time actually, it's a specific point. Gunless Wonder should pop once you get to the next. That just over there. You can see that archway. Once you go through that, you should get the trophy. So yeah, none of these things kind of come to life. So this first bit you can just kind of run through it or try and get through it. I think it just kind of bounces past you. I don't think there's any chance of it hurting you. Because they do disappear pretty quickly. But once you're through here, you should get Gunless Wonder. There we go. Now you can use your gun. And you have, what we've got, like 3 minutes left. Yeah, so I'm going to take advantage of it and just get rid of that thing with the flare gun. I've been waiting for that. Right, we need to jump across here. Just make sure you can see there's police cars coming this way. Make sure nothing's coming from the side that will knock you off the edge. Like you can see there's things there that will. Pick up plenty of flares, make sure you've got plenty. You just need 3 in theory. We'll make sure you've got enough and jump across. And then start firing flares into this thing. You need to hit it 3 times. Once. Twice. I think it will do birds at this point. Get rid of those. And then thrice. And that should be it. Tornado Wrangler. That's almost the end of the game. Almost. You may be thinking, where's the last coffee thermos? It's coming up. So after the cutscene, I'm going to skip that. You'll be back in Alan's apartment. And then we just need to go and finish off. We need to go into the next... So we're going into the next chapter of episode 6. I've put them both together. This is actually the dark place. This next bit coming up. So you need to wait for the Alan to take the torch out. When he does, flash it on the word clicker to get the clicker. Another cutscene, and then you'll be in the dark place. So that weird guy's just going to come floating through the window. And then you'll be in the dark place, and we'll get the final coffee thermos, which is there. It literally tells you it's there. Thermos, so shine your light on it, get it to appear, and pick it up. There you go. Hypercaffeinated, I'll say. And that's it. All we've got to do is push through to the end of the game. So go for the words that look like they're going to open the path up. So bridge, path, bridge. Don't need to do bird. And then you need to do the house, the lodge, the cabin, whatever it is. Bird leg cabin. And yeah, that's it. So the next video is going to be the start of Nightmare playthrough. We're going to be doing the entirety of episode 1. So I'm going to do a video per episode this time rather than chapter. And we're just going to be running through as quickly as possible to get through to the end of the game while finding all the manuscripts in that. So once you get through, interact with this door, you're going to get lots of cutscenes, and that will be the end of the game. And you should get at least the departure trophy, which is the easy playthrough. The other two will come on the next playthrough. Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.